the time to listen to this recording and that you're doing so in the right way for you at this moment. Please enjoy.
So if I say the word beauty to you,
Right.
what does it conjure up?
Oh, that is actually not as easy as what it sounds, because beauty is just in the eye of the beholder. That's what I was always taught. You can look at something that could be actually, you could think it was an object, it was ugly, but I could think it's actually beautiful. That's because your mind could work totally different to mine. But beauty portrayed as someone, as a person, is usually one of these like supermodel type who is the perfect size 0. They've got no wrinkles, no spots, all their own teeth, and they're not cockeyed and things like that. That is what a lot of people define as beauty. But I have to get to know somebody to whether I find that they are beautiful, not in looks, but in personality, because that, to me, is a lot of what brings the beauty out in a person.
If you go and buy a foundation, you can buy one that's flawless, that almost like takes away the look that you ever had pores.
Of course.
And you're like,
that's why I never wear makeup.
Mm-hmm.
You see with me is what you get. I've never worn makeup since just after I was married.
Mm-hmm.
So what people see when they see me is what they get.
Yeah.
And either like it or they don't like it. They can please themselves, you know?
Yeah. To have a pretty dress on, you've got to make sure that you've got Spanx on underneath. Just, woe betide you've got a bump. Woe betide you've got a bit of cellulite or a wrinkle on your leg, or your panty line shows.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, are we that shallow as I don't know if it's a society, or are we that shallow that this, or are some people that shallow?
I think some people are that shallow, and some of the people that are shallow are actually the designers of clothes, because they are telling us who have lumps, bumps, and goodness knows what else, that this is what we should wear.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, in order to do this, in order to wear our clothes, you can't have bumps.
No.
You can't even have boobs for some of these clothes. Those bits of me that I feel are imperfect actually went to create 4 beautiful children.
Yes.
But I can't see that in myself because I see it as a fault.
I'm exactly the same. I've got a lump after Emma that I know I can't get rid of, but that's because I had her and the way I carried her.
Yeah.
And it'll always be there. It still is there.
Yeah.
But that's you. Mm-hmm. Well, it depends on what I wear to whether I like my belly or not.
Oh.
But I put weight on, so I can't get into my jeans. I used to like myself in my jeans, but I can't get into them now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm having to wear trousers, which make us look frumpy. But I've got to wear them.
Experiences?
Yes. Because the beauty of an experience is different, totally different to the beauty of a person. So it goes right across the spectrum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a beautiful steak, to me, is totally different to how Stuart would have a steak. My steak, I like a good steak, and I like it rare, preferably blue,
Mhm.
Stuart likes it charcoaled,
Uh-huh.
but to
Now
him,
Roy likes his medium rare. No, he likes his rare. I like my medium rare.
Mhm.
So both beautiful.
yes.
Hmm.
And it's hard sometimes, I think, for people to accept that other people are seeing it differently.
Hmm. Oh, definitely, definitely.
I mean,
So,
a holiday, yeah, a holiday when you go away, and everything's beautiful when you're on holiday
of course it is.
because it's new.
Yeah. I mean, when I went to America, I was there, what, 7 weeks. And because I had always wanted to go there, it was everything. The only thing I didn't like, believe it or not, there's only one thing I didn't like about America, and that was Times Square.
Yeah.
Megan and I walked into Times Square and I went, is that it? To me, it was nothing. You see it on films and everything, and you think, whoa. But no, it's nothing. I had no feeling towards it.
Yeah.
I didn't turn around and say, oh, that was beautiful. I was not impressed.
Oh.
I was more impressed going to Chicago and seeing the way Chicago was laid out in 2 different levels, because you were walking up. We came off the train and we were walking, and then to get to the shop we wanted to be at, we had to go down some open stairs to a place below the underpass, which is where the shop was, because it's on 2 levels in Chicago. It's really, really strange. If you ever get the chance, you should go there. It's lovely. Beautiful cheesecake factory in there as well. And when you ask someone something, they couldn't do anything but help you.
Mhm.
Someone actually saw us trying to fathom out this map, and when she came, she said, "You got it upside down."
Yeah. Yeah.
And she pointed out exactly where we wanted to be.
Yeah.
Another definition of beauty, because you've stopped and went there because you thought it's beautiful.
And I like understanding what other people see in it.
Uh-huh.
And if you can't see it and they do, then would you consider asking somebody, what can you tell me why you see that as beautiful?
I think I would. I mean, a prime example was just the other day. Roy and I were watching the repair shop, and there was someone was mending a clock, a ceramic clock, and I'm sitting watching the telly, and I said, "Oh, that's beautiful, that clock." I said, "But I wouldn't have it." But it was beautiful. It's the kind, when you're going around stately homes, it's on the mantelpiece, and you think, "Oh, isn't that beautiful?" But you wouldn't have it.
No, but it can have beauty.
Yes.
As I love, it's when you see them on the repair shop and they bring in this teddy bear.
Oh.
And you're just like, I don't want to see it. If I see it repaired, I don't like it when they repair it to shop quality again.
Oh no.
I want it to still feel that it's been hugged and
loved.
It's been dragged through a puddle, and
Yeah.
it's had its nose sucked, and
Uh-huh.
I like things to have that essence, which I suppose comes with, when we go back to what we said about that visual side of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Part of what we see as our imperfections is part of our journey,
of course,
because who we are is being depicted by having children and food, and I've got my mark on my arm for my BCG and little things this.
I've got 3.
Yeah. And my gallbladder scars when I had my gallbladder out. And, we've got these little things that have become part of us because of what we've gone through. And
But it doesn't make us any less beautiful.
no, the only person who does this to us,
Yes.
which is mad. Why we can't just accept these imperfections. I mean, I've got stuff. I've got a I think it's an egg cup, although it would never fit an egg, that one of the kids made for me at school. And it ain't up to much.
But
one of the kids made it, and for me that's beautiful.
Yes.
I get
you would never throw it out.
No, I get Mother's Day cards, usually off Haley's kids. They make me them. And they're beautiful. And I keep saying to her, don't correct them when they do stuff. You know, if they want to rub stuff out and if they just want to colour it in all one colour, that's what I'm happy with.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think there's so much pressure around us to just have things that are so perfect.
Well, I would like to meet someone who's perfect. So if it's not relaxing, it can't have beauty.
Oh, it can. But to me, a garden needs to have a sense of like being tranquil. Yes.
Tinkle bells and wind chimes and...
Not too many though.
No.
Just, I don't even mind if like there's a busyness in a garden because you've got a huge vegetable patch at the bottom. That's fine. But it was just all these...
My brother-in-law, he had just a small garden, and the actual garden was getting too much for both him and his wife. So he remodeled it. So there was hardly any lawn. It was all flagstone. It was beautiful. I can honestly say that. But I wouldn't have had it for my garden. But for him, and it was nice. It was beautiful for him because he didn't have to do much to it. It was nice, but I wouldn't have had it. I would have had a bit more green. I would have had a little bit of lawn, even if it just had a gnome stood in the middle. There would have been a little patch of green, you know. But this was all flagstones and archways and trellises and flowers, and you know, it was really nice. It was very serene, but I liked it. But I wouldn't have had it. That's when it was done. That's how a garden was. I mean, we never had a garden. The only garden we had was when my mum actually bought a house, and it had a little front garden, just a tiny, because it was a terraced house, and it had the little front garden. My dad had it absolutely beautiful. He loved it, loved his little garden. Because beauty, as they say, is only skin deep.
Yeah.
It's what's underneath that counts.
Yeah.
You can be the ugliest person. You could have 2 heads and 5 legs, but you could be a beautiful person.
Yeah. And
it all depends on what's inside.
And it's so scary. I mean, you know yourself with Billy Hannah, it's terrifying, and the pressures that are being put on young children to conform. And it is, I think conform is the right word.
Yes. Conform to the masses, because the mass is telling everybody what they have to do.
Yeah.
And you have to try and adapt to it.
And it's hard to say to that child, well, no, you don't. You can be yourself. But then are they going to get pressure from their peers and get bullying and things because of their decisions to say, or like
well, I had a great aunt who was 4'11.5". And my ambition when I was little was to be as tall as her.
That's all you wanted.
That's all I wanted, was to be as tall as me Aunt Ginny.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
And then I
Hayley,
got bigger than her.
yeah.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to this dialogue. If you would like any more information about the other podcasts, they're all available in the attachments from this podcast. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to any feedback that you may have about them. Thank you again so much.